Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 442 podcast. I'm Azar Honey, and as always, I'm joined by the wonderful Tommy Sunday.
Oh, that's me.
And the edible Tony O.
Morning, boys. Edible? Yes, I am quite edible, I guess.
Aren't we all, Tony? Aren't we all? Mm-hmm. Aren't we all?
We were just talking about Luis Suarez, so it is somewhat relatable. But yeah.
We will. It was very much top of the mind stuff. We will get to Luis Suarez later, but we are officially into the Christmas season for the Premier League fixtures, and I guess generally too. Mm-hmm. But my team's been very naughty. I don't think they're getting any presents.
I was gonna say
more in the giving.
They've been in the
more in the giving. They're more in the giving
exactly.
kind of spirit of Christmas.
In the giving mood
they won't
at
get
the
much.
Yeah,
but we'll kick things off with another team in the giving mood, Tottenham Hotspur.
Yes.
They scored 3 goals against Liverpool, and if you'd given them that before the game, I think they would have taken it. Unfortunately, they did ship 6 of them.
Hey,
it's not good.
I feel like when you're that shit at defending, like being able to score just shouldn't count. Like, as far as I'm concerned, they've lost 6-0. Like, none of their goals meant anything in that game.
The Madison goal made it 2-1. It kept the game interesting for a bit.
Like, did you ever think they were going to equalize? Like, okay, so Madison scored. It always felt like Tottenham were just scoring in moments where Liverpool couldn't be bothered. Like, the moment Tottenham was scored, Liverpool would go up the other end and score again. It's like, okay, you scored. We're going to take that from you now. Like, any joy or hope you have. Just
big brother versus little brother sort of thing, yeah?
Yeah. Or father versus son. Like, the son is like 2 years old. Yeah, it's just pathetic. They were really pathetic yesterday, but...
I mean, Spurs, you see Spurs' back line. It's Pedro Porro, Dragusin, Gray, and Spence.
Yeah.
It's not
down
a great
what?
back line. Yeah.
It's not a great back line.
3 center backs, down their starting goalie, down their starting left back. It was already going to be rough going in, and then it just kept getting worse.
You remember the midweek game? Was it Tottenham and
the Carabao Cup one? Yeah.
They did not learn you don't pass to Forrest. Don't let him play for the back. Don't pass to his feet. Just hoof it forward. How did they not figure that out? Forster can't pass the ball. He can't play it short. It's terrible. I don't get it.
I mean, they weren't getting killed by Forster's passing in this game, but they were just getting done in on the counter again and again and again and again. Like, it's... Ange's defensive setup is just
this
not,
was just
I don't,
all
like,
on him. It's not the personnel.
I mean, to an extent, it is the personnel as well that he has, but it's not.
I don't know, man. Yeah.
Let me finish my thought, Tony.
Go ahead.
When it's the personnel that he has do not help him in this situation, but he's also just not helping them as it is. Like, I'm talking about the personnel specifically for this game against Liverpool.
Yeah.
They are extremely short-handed at the back. But he's not putting them in situations that would help him. When, as a coach, your job is to put players in situations to benefit them, to help them succeed. It's not working. Like, he's been doing the same thing since he got there. Like, I mean, we all remember that insane game against Chelsea where they were down to 9 men and still had everyone on the halfway line. Like,
should have been sacked
stuff
that
is
day.
not helping his players.
Should have been sacked that day. Should have realized then that the guy was a lunatic. Like, the reason I say it's not the personnel is I don't think it would have been any different if it was Romero and Van de Ven. Like, we've seen these games with Romero and Van de Ven in there. They just... The defensive setup is so bad that it's like whoever it is, they're going to struggle. You know what I mean? I thought, is it Archie Gray? I thought he had a good game. I thought he had a good game yesterday. Considering the mess he was dealing with, he's not even a center back.
Yeah, he's a center mid.
He's
yeah.
what?
Yeah,
He's
he's a
an
midfield.
18-year-old holding midfielder. Like,
Yeah.
they're trying to kill the guy's career before it started. Yeah, it's unprofessional. I think it's at the point now where I don't think he's gonna be there in 4 weeks' time, and like
It's
Look at it.
hard to see.
it's
Like
all
the
on the
fans have turned
Carabao
on
Cup,
him.
right? Like, if they go out of that, then it's pointless.
Who do they have?
Hey.
They're not Arsenal.
Liverpool.
Who are they playing? Is it Liverpool?
They have Liverpool again.
Jesus.
So it's
Home and
it's gonna
away.
be a massacre.
Home and away.
Both, eh? Yeah, if it was one
Yeah.
leg, you'd think you'd give him a chance, maybe a little bit. But
No, I wouldn't
No.
give him a chance. I'm saying home and away because it could get really ugly, like 25 on
I
aggregate.
see.
Yeah.
I see. No, Liverpool, they'll put in a B squad for one game and give him a chance. Yeah, no. Man, I don't know. The thing about this is like, a manager, for me, I said it before, you have a style of play, but you have to change it. You have to adapt as sometimes, away from how you want to set up to how you have to set up sometimes. This guy has never done it. He's never
Nope.
done it. It's actually ridiculous. And they're sitting, what, 11th place in the league now? Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I don't see how he could keep going in this job. Like, the team is supposed to be competing for Champions League, and they're not really close. I mean, I guess the point-wise, they're not too far, but, like, the team-wise, I can't see this team getting in the top four. I just don't see it. With the
Not with his setup, right? Like, it is there for them to compete. Like, it's only City's a joke this season. United's less said the better. Like, the spot is there if they want it, but they've just been a mess.
Well, I mean, the Champions League spots are currently occupied by Nottingham Forest and
Yeah.
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
So
It's there.
there you
It's
go.
there for anyone who wants to put a run together. 2 consecutive wins fire you up the table right now.
That's true. Yeah, I would love to get Kulusevski out of this team, get him to a proper club. He's like the one shining, like, bright light in that team. His finish was great. That first
Yeah.
goal though, that little dink over by Shalanki, and then boom, first time. He's always the one guy who just has class out there and keeps trying, does the right thing. But hey, Mo Salah. Was it 2 goals, 2 assists this game?
He is the first player in Premier League history to hit double figures for goals and assists, I think, before Christmas.
Before Christmas,
It's
yeah.
nuts. He's
Something.
got 10 assists. He's now the top scorer in the league. I think he has 14
15.
goals, if I'm not... 14 or 15,
He's
something
on
like that.
15,
15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. If you don't perma-captain him in fantasy, what are you doing?
Yep. What are you doing?
It's the best player in the world right now, Mo Salah.
Yeah, genuinely, like,
Yeah.
I don't think you can name anyone who's been better in the first half of the season in
No.
any league.
No. And he had
So
one off the
what I'm
crossbar
saying
in
is-
this one too, and yeah.
What I'm saying is, Saudi, please come get this man.
If
Get him
Liverpool
out of here.
wanted to, like, let's say Spurs had scored 6, Liverpool would have scored 10. Like, they were messing around with some of the chances they had. It's like, oh, another one will come. Like, we'll get another chance in a minute. Yeah. But hey, I mean,
Hey,
it's
still
entertaining.
See, given right. Got to be generous.
The only good thing that we can see from our point of view is that they conceded 3. So it's like, hey, the defense. I mean, you could say that they were giving shit. You could say
Tommy
that.
still has
they
hope.
still conceded.
It's-
So other teams in the league can look at it like,
Tommy, is
hey,
Tommy,
you know.
is this because you think Chelsea are in a title race?
Oh no, we're not. We're not. I'm
Okay.
talking about Arsenal's
No.
point of view
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
After the week you had,
Just wanted
I
to check.
don't think
Just
you
wanted to
can.
check.
I mean, you
Just
made the
look at-
same mess that we made last week. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the score lines here. That's all I'm looking at. They conceded 3. Didn't they concede 1 against
Their
Southampton?
defense has
Yeah,
been.
their
They
defense a little
conceded 3
bit.
against 2 against Southampton, I think.
Okay. And then 2 against Liverpool, so they were down 10 men, but that's a different story. But like there is some cracks in the defense.
Against Liverpool.
Or no,
against
Fulham. 2 against Fulham.
Okay.
There are some cracks in that defense, but
Mm.
they should have Konate back soon. Maybe that changes things up. What was it? The first goal, the Luis Diaz goal, that ball from Trent though, That was as good as it gets.
That's about it says, come get me Real Madrid. Yep.
Yeah.
Come get me Real Madrid. Yeah.
It was
right in Trent's wheelhouse, as well as that exact little half space that he will always love to
No
take up.
pressure on the ball.
Yeah.
None.
No one close.
Let's
no
not
one
track
within
the
10 yards of
runner.
him.
Let's not block the cross. Let's just see what happens. That's the Tottenham defense. Yeah.
Hey, they didn't track the runner for the second one either. McAllister was wide open, and something about McAllister's at Christmas, right? No,
Yeah.
Is that a Home Alone reference?
it is a Home Alone reference. Thank you, Tommy.
Took me a
Jesus. I
moment.
was just like, I need
Come on,
something.
Tommy.
I need something.
Come on, Tom.
Seen the movie like 200 times. Yeah.
Yeah, Tony. I never look to Tony for movie references. Tommy's my guy for this.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I've probably watched it
Go
more
on,
than anyone. Yeah.
make your arguments.
No need. Yeah.
Alright, well, listen, Liverpool top on Christmas. They've got that game in hand now too.
Against Everton.
It's against Everton, right? Okay, so it's not a gimme, but
It is a gimme.
okay for Tony.
It
it's
is a gimme. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, they held us to 2-0.
That's not that impressive.
Yeah.
That's not that impressive.
So the team that's on top of Christmas generally wins the league, right? Is that kind of the theory? Is that how
The last team to not do so was Liverpool. Actually, no, Arsenal. Arsenal were top last
I
year.
think we were
weren't they,
top
Christmas?
last year. I
Yeah.
can't remember if we were. I think we must have been. That we weren't top by New Year. It
yeah.
was something like that. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll wait till New Year before crowning the potential champions. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll wait till next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's move on and talk about last year's champions because, this is where we are with Manchester City. Any time in the last, 3 years we've been doing this podcast, a Man City loss, immediately top billing. Now, can't even get top spot with a loss for us. Man City losing away to Aston Villa 2-1. The one, let's be honest, is generous. It was a consolation in the 93rd minute. Villa looked just so comfortable. It was so easy for them. Morgan Rogers ran their show against City. He eviscerated them. Tielemans was picking them apart. His ball for John Duran's goal, very, very nice.
Yeah.
Just so comfortable for a Villa team that has not been doing well in the Premier League recently. With this result, since the start of November, City have the lowest points accumulated in the Premier League. Lower, like 1
Worse
point
than
less than Southampton, who managed to draw this weekend.
Yeah. They almost conceded. Yeah. I was gonna say they almost conceded 30 seconds into this game, ready for kickoff. Pretty much, they were vulnerable from the start.
I think the only explanation I have now is that these guys know the jig is
I'm on board with that one too.
Yeah,
I'm on board. Yeah.
This game, they did not try. It was just so that was from kickoff. The Vardiol mistake was from kickoff. No one was tracking any runners. I think they're there's no point fighting for points where we're gonna get relegated at the end of the season. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah. And their response after they lose is just to show the crowd. Let's say Jack was three titles for himself. Was it Foden posted on Instagram the other week? They're just showing the stuff. For me, it's just an interesting way to kind of defense mechanism of losing.
I mean, Jack may not have those titles by the end of the season. He should be right. Because the verdict is in, right? And do you remember when the case was going on? Now they will appeal it, I'm sure, but whatever decision they get. But remember when the case was going on? There was a lot of noise coming out of the City camp. Very bullish noise. They've been very quiet for a while now.
It has been quiet.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from the City camp in a minute, and yeah, I don't know. I think Pep's looking for people who still give a shit, and he can't find anyone.
Can't find it. Yeah. They're so vulnerable to any counterattack It's
Any
just
run.
so easy to just split them. Like Zaire mentioned that ball from Killiman's. Fantastic ball.
Yeah, but
that
no
was
one-
that was
Straight.
that was
Yeah.
there. That was there.
Yeah.
That
It's-
entire
it's a
move
chasm.
was 2 passes in straight lines right through the center of midfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's insane. You drive a bus through the gap that they leave.
It's
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I will say though, Villa has started Jean Duran. I think the last couple games, he has
I
scored.
mean,
He has scored.
he's the best striker at the club.
He is.
by
He-
a long
I
way.
agree.
He's a
I agree.
wonderful
Yeah.
striker. He's so talented.
Yeah. He's always doing he's always looking for that goal or the shot that you're not expecting. He has
His
that kind
ball
of difference
striking,
about him.
his
Yeah.
ball striking is insane. I will say Chelsea were linked with Duran. I think you were
We were.
linked with
We were,
Omaridian as well. Samuel Omaridian. They're both having good seasons. Could have
I think
used
we
one of them.
signed. I think we signed Sammy Mordian at some point, and then it broke down. That we actually
You did.
something.
You
yeah,
did.
something
Yeah,
happened.
medical. Was it the medical?
Maybe it
or-
was the medical or something like that. Or
No,
either
no, it was
the
because
deal
it
for
was his
Gallagher
image
broke down.
rights. It was because Chelsea were fucking around with his image rights,
That's
so
right, yeah.
Omaridion nixed the deal. And as a result, you got João Felix instead, because Atletico needed to balance the books somehow.
Exactly,
And somehow paid Atletico twice the amount that you were going to pay for Omaridion.
Yeah, I remember we screwed over Gallagher. He was kind of flying back and forth at some point, and he didn't get signed. But yeah, no. Anyways, we could have Jean Duran, and he is definitely a quality player. And yeah, he had a great game. But City, yeah, it
I mean,
just
the best thing
Yeah.
to come out of this is just I'm getting so many reaction images and gifs
From
out of
Pep.
Pep.
Oh, it's Pep, yeah.
It's beautiful stuff. He's doing little TikTok dances. We have the clip of him just yelling Jack over and
So
over
good.
as it slowly fades back into the game. It's cinematic work. It's beautiful. It's insane run, man.
And
What's
Uh,
it? 9 losses in 12, 1 win.
Do we still
Something
think
like
he's
that.
going to be at that club next season?
wait, you say next season, any manager who goes to a run like this gets sacked.
Pep's
The
gonna.
only reason
they're not
he's
going to
not is
sack
'cause he's-
Pep.
I know it's because
Yeah,
anyone
so-
else, man.
He might
Anyone
step
else.
away for his own health.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, because I've always thought from the moment he signed that he won't be there next season. But with this, like, man, how much more punishment can he take? Like, the guy he's in so much pain on the sidelines.
It feels like his friends and family need to sit him down and be like, "This isn't good for you anymore. Please just walk away from it."
Yeah, I mean,
mean,
most
or
of
he
his
can-
friends now are managers who are up against him. So,
That's-
yeah.
He's got City have Everton, Leicester, West Ham, Brentford, Ipswich. Those
He's
are the
got to
next
win
5.
some games in that run.
Like,
It's
you
it's the
gotta win
softest
some
run,
games in that
surely.
run.
Like you gotta, yeah, it's.
I don't back them to beat Everton though, which is
Everton's
No.
crazy.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
if they don't, after that run, it's Arsenal, Newcastle, Liverpool, Tottenham. And it's like, you know what I mean? You have to do something. You got to figure something out in this run now, or else points are going to be hard to come by. And now at this point for City, it's like, can we finish top 4? That's what it is at this
Yeah.
point. And it would be crazy if they don't make it after winning the title 4 years in a row. Absolutely crazy. But
It'd be even crazier when they're relegated.
Yeah.
But
I'm
I don't think they care anymore.
I'm
You
with
look
you on
at
that
a
one.
lot of those players don't want to play. Like Edison, he wanted out. De
He wasn't in the
Bruyne,
squad, eh?
Yeah,
That's what
like-
yeah.
There was rumors of a bust up a couple of weeks ago with Pep and Edison. It would not shock me.
Well, he was
No,
was
yeah.
back in for the
I know.
derby last
Yeah.
weekend and then back out.
And back
so.
out. So Ederson, Kyle Walker, he was on the verge of joining Bayern. De Bruyne has been linked. He's been linked with a
Linked
move
to
away
Saudi.
to
He's
He's one of the
Saudi.
Saudis, yeah.
Gundogan, I mean, he came back. I don't know why he came back.
Yeah, he's
but
got to regret that decision. Like,
Yeah.
He was doing well at Barca last year too.
Not according to them.
Oh no, I
they
thought
were-
they actually quite liked him.
No, they couldn't wait to get rid. Apparently, he couldn't run, and I think the evidence.
Oh well, they were right about that bit
pretty
at
clear.
least.
So, Yeah, he had some good, like one or two good games and scored some goals. He was professional off the field, but
Of course,
yeah,
but that's no surprise.
the legs of yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all right, let's move across Midchester, and talk about Man United, who lost 3-0 to Bournemouth at home for the second year in a row.
Yeah.
Which is not a great habit that they have
don't wanna sing
started to
that,
put
yeah.
together. Yeah, this was just a shit performance. Like, I don't think anyone on the United side of the field give more than maybe like a 3 or 4 out of 10. It was really bad.
You had a lot of shots. You
yeah.
had a lot of huff and puff.
We had chances. We just terrible at taking chances. Like, Joshua Xerxes, he's the ball just doesn't. I was promised that this man had technique. The ball just doesn't stick to him. It just bounces off him. What's the opposite of Velcro? Because that's the touch he has.
This Lukaku touch.
Trampoline.
That's what that is.
Trampoline.
He does have that trampoline touch a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like
He's
the entire
apparently he's a
time
9.5
he
though,
was
so yeah.
out of what 100.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But yeah, like when I saw him start, I was like, I don't like this because Bournemouth have been in excellent form.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're
Yeah.
5th in the table now, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, it's gonna be a challenging game. Xerxes started, I was just like, all right, not a huge fan of this, but he's been rotating the squad around a lot. Let's see how it goes. And within 15 minutes, I was like, wow, I regret this at 9 a.m. on a Sunday. But it was a marked improvement in at least retaining the ball once Hoyland came on, but we still didn't do anything. And Bournemouth just ripped us to shreds. I mean, the set pieces are a huge problem.
Hoyland.
But yeah, Hoyland will shoot. He was attempting to hold the ball up. He was backing into defenders like.
He's a much better
inviting
player
challenges,
than Joshua. Like he's a much better striker. Even though I don't rate him that highly, like Xerxes is a 0.
Yeah, Xerxes
he's a 0. Like
I thought he was a 9.5. You just told me he was a 9.5. You can't keep changing these numbers around on me.
I said he's a 9.5. Like yeah.
In terms of numbers, United had 23 shots. Bournemouth had 10 in this game. United's XG was 2.26. Bournemouth was 1.2. Bournemouth won 3-0. It's just like you look at the stats, you're like, wow, they were just way more clinical.
United.
Yeah, but their XG was by volume though. Like
United.
Exactly,
I don't think United had a singular chance that was higher XG than some of the Bournemouth goals.
Exactly.
Like, higher XG chance. Yeah.
And the thing with United is they're still in that rut of the moment they concede a goal, they just lose their heads. They start playing emotionally and they start making mistakes. Like the second and third goal we concede are both emotional. The first goal is another fucking set piece, but the second goal is when Mazraoui concedes the penalty because he loses a man and immediately is like, I need to get back, I need to put in a tackle, slides in when he doesn't have to because Euro is positioned right behind him to like, you just need to like get there, show him down the line, let Euro clean up. And Mazraoui slides in, clear as day penalty, like puts it, and then Kluivert loves a fucking penalty. He'll put him away all day.
I saw.
And then after that, their heads just go.
I saw your fans getting on Menu, getting on Menu's back this week.
He's struggling, but he's not the only one.
I do worry that the system that Amorim is playing is not optimal for Menu. Right, like
it's not. It's absolutely not.
I think there's a lot of talent in the kid, but he's not. Yeah, he's not a double pivot kind of player. He's not going to stop defensive transitions. That's just never going to be him. So, I mean, that's a concern. I do just think right now that we're seeing he is forcing this, and
yes,
I don't think
honestly,
it's a good thing. And like I understand why he's doing it, but it can get really. But is he going to force it for the rest of the season? Like,
we need what's the plan in the future if he doesn't force it? You don't get
he's
the players
here now,
used to it.
So yeah, I just think. I mean, we've all said it. They made such a mess of the Ten Hag thing in the summer that now, like, it's
now
so
he's
toxic
coming in
at
mid-season.
the moment.
Exactly. There's no preseason to drill the players into this formation and see who works where. He has to do it on the fly because this is the system he plays, and I'd rather him just seeing play around, see like basically do the preseason thing, figure out where everyone will perform at their best in this system, because we didn't fucking bring him in the summer and we stuck with Ten Hag. We didn't make the signings that we would have needed for this system. Like, we have no left wing back. Like, lovely to see Tyrell Malacia recover from injury, but he's lost his pace. He can't keep up right now. Like, he's just not. Every time he plays, he gets subbed off at halftime because he's getting toasted. Like, the first goal comes because he gets done for pace and slides in, makes a silly challenge, concedes a free kick.
Yeah, you've been linked to a lot of defenders, left backs, recently. I wouldn't be surprised if he got one in January.
But the thing is, like, I would rather him try and figure out who in the squad can play where and what he can make work from what he has, and then work on fixing the rest after. It's going to be a rough season.
Let me put it this way, right? Like, he can do everything right and not succeed the way he's going. Like, he's going to lose people if this continues, right? Like, I already feel like he's lost almost everybody. Because at the end of the day, these players, you need to convince players that they're going to be on the journey with you, right? Now, the way it's looking, it's like, okay, we don't see that what you do works, and all the noises are you're trying to get rid of all of us. So momentum is a thing in football, right? Like, you want to get some positive momentum, try and win a cup, try and go up the table and have that platform to build on in the summer. Right now, like, he's rotating. He's playing players that we just know are not good. Like, it's like he's still trying to figure out the players that aren't good. Brother, we know the players that aren't good. The ones that are good, like Ahmad, he's settled on that one. Okay, that's good. Ahmad is one of his key players. I think he should be in one of the 10s, personally, but he seems to keep flipping between that.
That's where he's been starting in the 10s the last couple of games.
Okay, he started. Who played right back, like right wing back?
It started with.
Was it Dallo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So at least he has that, but like.
Tony, I just think you gotta get the guy. Just give him a little bit of time. Give him I know what you're saying.
Football doesn't wait for anyone. What's my business? Like, if he fails, I get to laugh at United. But I'm just saying in general, like, nobody's going to give him time. The fans will turn on him. Like, Rude was winning, right? Like, this is the thing. Rude was winning, and it feels like he's used up all the goodwill and manager bounce. Now Amorim is here, and he's forcing a system that just doesn't suit the players at all. By the end of the season, it could get toxic enough that they get rid of him. Like, Ineos, they could get rid of him very easily.
Tony, what system suits these players? Because so far there hasn't been one.
This doesn't.
There hasn't been one that anyone's found. Any manager has found. Really?
But they look worse, man. Like, I don't know. They look worse than they did a couple of weeks ago before he joined.
Hey, I will stand by that. He should not have joined. He should have stayed at Sporting and waited until
100% to the end of the season. This is terrible for him. Like, for him, he should have stood his ground and been like, I want to wait till the end of the season. If you don't want me by then, fuck it, go get someone else. For him, this is awful. Like, he's left a really good project at Sporting to come here to a squad. Like, I think things are worse than he anticipated.
Maybe.
Generally, I think that's what he's finding out.
During his press conference, he had
I think
the roof
was bad. That was bad.
I think
that was just
if
perfect.
you could just put
Sum
a
up.
tagline under the last 10 years for Man United, I think it is worse than you were expecting.
Imagine your press conference being interrupted because the roof is leaking.
Yeah,
that is
that's-
crazy. You had to go to a different room. Like, they had to stop everything and go to a different... Oh, my God.
I think
It was leaking on a BBC journalist, which is funny.
We should quickly mention, because during the week, Rashford put out a little statement saying, I think I'm ready for a new challenge, which basically means, yeah, I'm going.
Come and get me.
It's time to go.
Come and get me.
And
the problem is, who is going to come and get him? He's under contract until 2028. He's on whatever, $350 a week, whatever it is. Who's coming to get him?
That's what I struggle to see too. Right? That's what I struggle to see too, is what team will come. But
the only way a team goes for him is if, like, he takes a big wage cut and you guys pay him out. Like, pay out the difference. I think that's what will end up happening. Because nobody's going to pay Rashford $350 a week.
Nobody,
No.
So, yeah.
Potentially, I think, Tony, you said to us that teams are screaming for a winger. They'll go for him.
It would not surprise me if Arsenal made a bid. I genuinely, I would hate it. It wouldn't shock me, man. Like, profile-wise, he fits. Output-wise, I think his attitude stinks.
Output-wise, I mean, he kind of fits with your left wingers right now too.
I even meant output of effort, not goals, but touche. Right now, he's closer to Sterling than anyone.
He's
actually
very much.
Sterling tried in midweek, and then his legs went and he got injured. So
did he get game time in the
I didn't even realize he got game time.
Yeah, he started all the cup games.
I thought he was just pretty much just binned at this point, but hey.
He played really well in midweek, but now I see why he doesn't track back, because he got injured. We found out afterwards. So.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, poor United, but yeah.
I mean, we started talking about Arsenal. Might as well keep it going. They slapped up Crystal Palace 5-1. Gabriel Jesus, just in time for Christmas, is banging them in, specifically only against Crystal Palace. Someone in that club has done something to him.
He's asking,
yeah. Oh my God.
Well, 5 goals in
like
about
50
60 minutes. 60 minutes in 2 games against Palace. It's just crazy.
Tony, so you guys don't need to find a new forward in the January market. You found one.
Saka got injured, so
he is risen. He is risen. It's it's more of an Easter bit, I guess, but we'll take what we can get.
I mean, Arsenal will take what they can get at this point from him. But yeah, Saka injured. Is it looking bad, like long term, or just kind of like I didn't see the injury, but what does it look like?
I don't think it's a grade 1, so it's at least a grade 2. The fear would be grade 3 or so. I'm hoping it's grade 2, and that's still, you're looking at least 4 weeks. So
it's a hamstring injury, right?
Yeah, and it's the same one he injured before against Chelsea. That was a grade 1 at the time, and I think he injured it earlier in the calendar year. So it's becoming a recurring thing. Honestly, I'm not surprised.
Concerning
the kid
considering he's only 23. I mean, this was his 250th game for Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
At 23 years old,
he's been flogged, man. He's our best player, so it's understandable.
Yeah.
But now others have to step up in his absence. And to be fair, Jesus, a good start. All of a sudden, like in the midweek game, it was like a transformation. Like once he scored that chip, he was turning guys, he was dribbling again. I'm like, what's wrong with this guy, man? Like players like that frustrate me so much because talent is there. It's just all mentality.
Yeah, it's what confidence does to a player, man.
You will really love Marcus Rashford when he signs for Arsenal.
No, Rashford is different. Anyway, I don't want to get on Rashford, but Jesus is confidence. I don't think Rashford's confidence. I just think Rashford is motivation. But with Jesus, he was trying. He was just moping at the same time. Like, but now suddenly he's feeling himself. He's smashing them into the top corner first time. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, play him until, the form
Until
disappears.
it fizzles out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Until he misses one chance and goes back.
Oh, no, he's still missing chances. I mean, he could have scored another
Oh, he's still
hat-trick.
missing them? Oh.
Yeah, could have scored another hat-trick in this game. But yeah, look, Arsenal, when they break the game open, devastating, right? The problem is we don't have enough players who can break games open. It's either Saka or set pieces. I mean, in this week it was Jesus. We need more players to continue.
Do you honestly think Arsenal will look to sign someone in January?
Well,
they won't, eh?
I was 100% sure before the Saka and Sterling injuries. Now I think there's a chance, but we have Ethan Waneri who can play on the right. I would think they would lean on him. I don't want us to sign someone just to fill the gap, right? Whoever it is has to be someone who's in the long-term plans. So it would have to be a market opportunity, which is why I said it wouldn't surprise me if it's Rashford. But he's not gonna get the money he's on at United or Arsenal. Nobody's earning that much. So
no chance. You did get Trossard in January a couple years ago, right?
We did a Trossard. We did Jorginho.
Right,
yeah. We have tried to sign players in January. We tried to sign Mudryk, famously. Incidentally, is now banned from. Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Official.
Suspended, just pending the second test, which will no doubt be positive. I can't remember what the substance was exactly. The fact that that guy's doping and producing that is, Jesus Christ.
Well, maybe that's how he runs so fast.
Yeah, maybe. But
his best attribute is something physical. So
you know what? I give the benefit of the doubt until the investigation's fully completed, because sometimes you just never know. So
well, you think it's a false positive?
I don't know. I just I'll give you an example. This is off soccer, but Iga Świątek, tennis player, world number 1, on the female side, she was tested positive for something in her melatonin, but they were able to trace it back to the production
something in
facility,
her melatonin.
and they found other ones were also contaminated with a certain thing. And
hang on, wait. I take melatonin sometimes. Am I doping?
No,
I don't understand what Tommy's saying.
No.
But
there was something in it as well.
It was a contaminated melatonin.
Itself,
yeah.
Okay, not in her body. Okay.
But initial story came out, right, that she was doping. And then they were able to track back. So I usually just take a step back, wait till the full evaluation happens, and then make
when
a
was the
judgment.
last time we heard about an athlete that was banned for doping that it was intentional, right? Like, it's always, whether it was Pogba or whoever, it's usually accidental. Still get the ban though, so at least
still get the ban.
Yeah.
Yes. In her case, it was 30 days for this thing to go out of her system.
30 days. Wow, it must be fun in tennis. Like,
well,
soccer, you're looking at
you're
years.
number one in the face of the tour, you tend to get a little bit more.
That's not good.
Leeway.
That's not good.
I mean, I'm sure it's for every sport that you get a little bit leeway. I'm sure.
No, you don't. I mean,
Pogba
even Ferdinand
got hit with like
banned.
2 years.
Yeah.
Ferdinand got banned for a year.
Yeah. It doesn't matter in soccer. You're getting banned. Like, accident. And I think it should be like that, because these top athletes have no excuses for making these mistakes. They're tested every
it's like
day.
Anything that they put into their body, they need to. If you're a top athlete, you need to clear it with your. If you're a footballer, you need to clear it with your club or whatever.
Oh yeah, no,
because
I
even though
agree.
it's an accident, physically you are still gaining from the advantage. You get what I mean? So,
yeah, I just kind of always wondered sometimes in the back of my head, like with certain athletes and things that, like, I just wonder if things are sort of covered up or hidden with sort of top players. Sometimes it just kind of always in the back of my mind. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens sometimes, but
Yeah.
Hey, we can never prove it. Never find out.
Masking agents exist for a reason. Let's move on. Everton 0, Chelsea 0. Mikhailo Mudryk obviously not involved in this one, but Chelsea, a team that is definitely not in a title race, failed to put a bit of pressure on Liverpool, failed to beat Jordan Pickford, and genuinely needed Robert Sanchez to bail them out.
Can we just do that for every Chelsea game? Mikhailo Mudryk was not involved in this one, unfortunately, guys. Yeah, every Chelsea game. Can we do that? He was not involved. So yeah.
Is it unfortunate when he's not involved in a Chelsea game, or is it fortunate?
It's big news though. We need to know because he is a big money sign.
It's big news for the opposition that he's not involved.
They're
like, fuck, we can't leave a guy alone.
Man, I was just like, because we were talking about Rashford and Tony was saying how like teams would take a chance on a player like him, like he wouldn't be spent Arsenal. I'm just looking at all the cash that teams have splashed for wingers that have failed. Like, you look at us with Mudryk, how much money we spent, failure. Anthony, how much money spent on failure. Remember Arsenal signed Pepe for huge money, failure. Like, teams are like, they want a really good, high-scoring, prolific winger, and they will spend money, so much money on these guys, without even, like, batting an eye, without doing any research almost. You know what I mean? Just pay the money. He's a winger. Let's get him. He's flashy. Let's get him. It's crazy to me how that happens. But that's my rant there. Like, they got whatever.
Okay, so Everton 0, Chelsea 0?
Yeah.
I wanted to see where you were going with
No,
this.
not.
I was like, is this gonna lead back to some point on the
I
game?
thought maybe you were
Nothing
frustrated
like-
at Sancho and Neto or something.
The game
It
wasn't
was like, did
eventful.
Madueke do something wrong in this one? Like, what's going on here?
No. Neto was decent. Sancho was decent, but we had a good first
I
half.
will say,
Jackson,
I will say, we are very forgiving on crap wingers these days. Or crap. Neto has one goal this season. It's not good enough. Right?
No, it's not.
You guys
It's
are
not.
Palmer
We
FC. If
spent
Palmer's
60,
not delivering and Jackson, it's that axis. Palmer and Jackson have carried your team. If those two are not delivering, no one's delivering.
Palmer was honestly, he was shit.
He was,
shit this game.
and
He
so
was
were,
shit.
and thus Chelsea was shit. That's my point.
Good
If
point, yeah.
Palmer's not producing, then no one else does, which is nuts. But
We had-
Do we replace the lion on the Chelsea badge with just like Cole Palmer?
Yeah, might as well. Yeah, he's
Cole Palmer holding up that
Apparently,
stuff.
he's trademarking the celebration.
Yeah, trying to trademark it.
Celebration
like,
has been in
man.
existence for decades
He did
before
not
you.
invent it.
Also, a
He took it from
celebration
Morgan
that
Rogers.
he stole on Morgan Rogers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's why Rogers did the celebration this week. It's like, it's my celebration. Hello, but anyway, and he even confessed that he did. But hey, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, the first half was good from us because we did create a lot. We kind of peppered the goal. Jackson had one where he should have scored off a corner. He hit the post from like a yard out.
You know what? That's comforting. It's good to know that he's still in there.
He's still there.
Yeah,
He's still there. Yeah, he's still there. Yeah.
Even when he's scoring, he's still there.
Yeah, it's still there. That's comforting to me. It makes me happy.
The one thing that really pissed me off this match was Pickford, who had a good game, but he came out for one of... You remember the challenge he did on Van Dijk a few years back where he killed Van Dijk's knee?
His ACL.
He did a very similar, step-out challenge in this game, just not as high. I think it was on Caldwell, I believe, in the box. Didn't catch him because luckily he jumped, but he was 2 feet in the air, studs right into the leg to catch that trailing ball. Made no contact, but a challenge like that.
By the way,
red card.
There were some nasty challenges this week. There was the Estupinian one. I can't remember who the challenge was on.
The Estupinian one was on Kilman, Max Kilman.
It was awful, and it was a yellow
How that
card.
one was not a red is insane.
The referees, they focus on stupid shit like, oh, don't kick the ball 30 centimeters away. How about clamping down on actual violent conduct? There's been a lot of violent conduct this season that's gone unpunished. Even in the Arsenal game, there was one on Calafiori that was nasty. I'm just again, no, I don't even, he might have gotten a yellow, yeah. It's just, Yeah, you mentioned the Pickford one, and I just remembered the Estupinian one. He was lucky. Kilman, his shin pad shifted
You
out.
could see the shin pad just like
terrifying. Like, yeah.
Damn.
Oh my days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
Lucky.
going off topic again too, but you talking about contact. Cunha played for Wolves, scored. I thought he did not get anything for elbowing the
he
trainer
is
the
not.
other week.
Nothing.
There's been no
Nothing?
ban yet. I
Nothing.
don't understand
Kidding
what's going on. This man should be banned for like 10 games. The fuck is going on,
Yeah,
man?
like not a word about it. Nothing.
How long is this VAR check?
That's wild.
I think it just they sacked the manager. It's dealt with. Yeah.
He's like, yeah, he plays for Wolves. That's punishment enough.
Yeah.
About this game though, Everton, they tied Arsenal. Was it 0-0 for Arsenal? I think as well, right? And
Yep.
then 0-0 against us. They did their
They
job.
should've-
They got 2 points.
They had
and
chances
go
to
on.
beat you. They
Yeah,
had
Sanchez
some
came
good
up big. I
chances.
gotta give him props. He came up big for sure.
And some
So
saves.
Soon had a nice.
You know
block
what this
lead,
means? You know what this
Chelsea's
means
number
with
one.
Sanchez? He's gonna chuck one in his own net next week.
Yeah. Next, yeah, who are due, eh?
Next
Due
game,
for something
yeah.
stupid. Yeah.
Boxing Day, he's got a gift.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, this is the kind of game where it's like, if you're in a title race, you gotta win these games, and this is where it shows.
But
Chelsea,
you're not
so-
in a title
We're not in a
race.
title race,
You're not in a
it's
title
fine.
race, so it's okay
It's
that you
fine.
drew.
He
It's
keeps
fine.
he keeps forgetting. He keeps
Yeah.
forgetting that.
But
yeah.
hey, listen, still above Arsenal. I'll take it.
Mhm.
That's our main competition right now is Arsenal. That's in my head. Yeah. it's
What are we
Arsenal.
competing for?
Second place, man. Give me second place. Yeah.
Okay,
So
the second place trophy. Yeah.
second place trophy for us right now. It's for me. It has meaning after what we've been through. The run that City was on is on right now. That 9 losses in 11 games.
That
we
was
went
us.
through. We went
That
through
was
that
you.
last season.
Okay.
I was.
Yeah.
Was it just last year?
Or was it last? Was it a year
was-
before?
I thought
can't-
it might have. I think it was the year
I think
before.
it was the year
under
before
Potter or
because
something.
Year
Poch,
before,
you
yeah.
actually you
'Cause, yeah, that's
Won
You,
true.
some
you
games.
finished
Yeah.
well under Poch.
We've been through that.
I did enjoy the graphic that came up showing when the other big 6 teams
Yeah.
had gone on a run as bad as like 9 losses in 12. I think it was like United, Liverpool, and Arsenal were on like some 60s, 70s kind of range.
Mhm.
Spurs in the 90s, and then Chelsea 2 years ago,
2 seasons ago,
last year,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, that's why I care about.
How
was that the
quickly things
Mourinho
turn.
team?
No.
Huh? No. This
How many?
Last
I think,
year.
How many years ago did you say?
2 seasons ago, we
The-
had this run of poor
Under
form.
Potter.
Potter.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? This also does remind me of the year that Mourinho, we conceded only 15 goals the entire season.
the year that Mourinho's. Oh, I thought you were gonna say the year that Mourinho assaulted like a doctor on staff.
Yeah, Ava.
No, but in his
Yeah.
first
Carnero.
spell, where we only conceded 15 goals the entire season, that record will officially stand because of Liverpool conceding 3 goals to Tottenham, and they now have 16. That record can't be broken this season. It goes on.
You know what? I don't think that record
Congratulations.
was in any danger.
Yeah.
I saw it come up. I'm like, okay, good. We're safe. I don't think that record
If-
will probably be beaten for a long time. But yeah. Anyhow, there's that.
Okay, now that you're done reminiscing, real quick, we had a couple of new manager appointments. Wolves and Southampton obviously sacked their managers last week. Vitor Pereira has taken over at Wolves. I guess he hasn't officially taken over yet, just needs to get his work permit sorted. But he was in the stands to watch them beat Leicester. As
New
you
manager
mentioned.
bounce?
Yeah.
I am just want to say, bullshit that Cunha hasn't been banned because I was going to bring him
Okay.
into my fantasy lineup,
Fantasy, yeah.
and then that happened. And I was just like, okay, guess not. And then I left him. I left him out, and then he's still here fucking scoring.
Well,
I could have
there
had
were-
more points this week.
Good
There were a
call.
lot of people who had him and removed him thinking he was going to
Right,
be banned.
that's
too.
funnier. That's funnier.
It was one of those. Yeah.
Vitor Pereira is coming from Al Shabaab, I think, in Saudi, and there's a little bit of a nutcase from what I've heard. So let's see how that goes. Wolves, I believe they're still in the relegation zone, but
They
they
are.
are creeping up on Leicester.
Should we be worried about Leicester and Rude because they got trounced by Newcastle.
Should we
They've
be
been
worried?
trounced by Wolves.
They're going to
We've
be
always
relegated.
been worried.
They're going to be
We have
relegated.
always
man.
been worried
I
about
don't know
man.
what you mean by
We never
should we be
stop
worried.
worrying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You should be worried about everyone down there, man.
yeah.
They're all struggling.
They've won a game under him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They won.
The first
Okay.
one.
They've won a.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say I don't remember seeing a win
I
from
mean,
Leicester.
Leicester are 17th. They're only 2 points ahead of Ipswich and Wolves. Like, by next week they could be. Yeah,
There's a reason.
Yes.
There's a reason.
Season, eh?
3 out of those 4 teams have sacked their manager. Be worried about all of them.
All 3 of those teams should go down, man. Leicester, Ipswich, Southampton. Yeah, just go back down. That's the new trend. That's the new trend. The teams that come up just go back down. Yeah.
We should just have a 17-team league then, eh? Forget these promoted teams. Maybe.
Why not? Yeah. Maybe like one.
The other appointee is Ivan Juric to Southampton. He had a pretty rough spell at Roma, but he's generally supposed to be very defensively organized. So it looks like Southampton are trying to do the thing that Russell Martin refused to do. I mean, they got a draw. They got a draw away to Fulham. Kept a clean sheet. I mean,
crazy,
that's huge for them.
It's a
I
good
mean, they
start.
haven't conceded the most goals in the league though, because that honor goes to Wolves.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Spurs for a second. I was like, please, but
No, Spurs are
no.
not that bad.
because you know what, I'll give you. I forgot to mention this in the Spurs Liverpool talk, but have you seen Spurs' defensive stats in the Premier League for like everything?
For December, it's just for December.
In
Really
December they were last
And
place.
I will say,
yeah.
no, I'll be honest. It's a disingenuous stat because that's when all their defensive players got hurt. If you actually look over the course of the season, like I'm ready to bash Ange as much as anyone, but it's such a cherry pick stat that it's a little bit nonsense.
Guys,
This is my first time looking this far down the table in a while. United are back on negative goal difference. I think we were
right
just
where it
having.
should
You know what that means?
Yeah.
You know what that means? We're gonna win. We're gonna win a game by 1 goal.
Mm-hmm. Soon.
We're gonna hover around 0. We're
Soon.
ready.
Yeah. And, man. Crazy.
Well,
Crazy.
you look at the table again, though. You know, one win can really change your place in the mid-table big time. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty tight still. It's not. There's not a big gap yet. In
Yeah,
that group.
that tends to be the case in mid-table. Yeah. But where's that win gonna come
I think the last thing we had is Tommy. You had a little bit of a Luis Suarez related news for us, didn't you?
Yeah. So Barcelona played Atletico Madrid this weekend, and Madrid with a late goal, Sorloth, with the winner 2-1. And after the game, there was a post that Luis Suarez had gifted the entire Atletico Madrid squad a complimentary dinner at his restaurant, Chalito, I believe is how you pronounce it. Suarez, who had played, like 300 matches for Barcelona, won a lot there.
Won the Champions League.
Was it one season at Atletico? Maybe 2 max.
Might have been two seasons, but won the league with Atletico.
Yeah. The way he was kind of booted out is still sticking with him, and to serve the entire Madrid's team dinner is, I think, pretty funny, to be honest.
It's like if Hannibal Lecter opened a restaurant.
Yeah, it is funny that he had the restaurant. Barca, believe it or not, after their hot start, they're third place now in La Liga because both Madrid teams are above them, and not so great anymore.
Barca have been on a City-esque
They have
run
Yeah.
in the league.
They have
Have collapsed over the last month. Not cooled off, man. They are frigid.
They've
They're in the
created-
freezer.
Yeah, they've created, man. The Atletico
Flicks.
game was nuts. That was nuts. To lose that game,
They were all over
considering
them too.
how much,
Yeah.
crazy. But it is a Simeone special, so yeah.
He loves that
Makes me
shit.
happy to see him still doing well and potentially maybe another league title. We'll see. Long season though. And Mbappe though, he had a nice goal in this game. And he's starting to find his goal scoring touch. This guy.
He's enjoying Vinny being out. I'm still not convinced, man. He's not in the box. He's still not in the box.
He's
but
slowly getting there, Tony. He's slowly getting there. Confidence is there, though. That's the thing. Confidence.
his confidence is returning.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see when Vinny comes back, and let's see when it counts. If he can take a penalty. Yeah.
Just don't give him penalties for that thing.
Yeah.
Ease that back in. Yeah.
It's still Killian. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's us wrapped up, I guess, until the new year.
Yeah,
Because we're
no
taking
pod
a
next
week
week.
off for Christmas. You are saved. Your ears are saved from us for a week. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 44Took. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. As always, thank you for joining me, Tommy.
No, cheers, guys. Glad to be part of this and continuing.
What is going on?
What are you on?
What is going on?
Brother,
We're having a
wrap it
break
up.
here. It's the new year. It's the new
What
year.
is
Like, come
going
on.
on?
Fuck off, man.
It's not even Thanksgiving.
Why are you stalling for time?
What
Why are you
is
stalling for time? Why are you...
All right.
We're at 56 minutes.
We're gonna-
Let's
Happy
go.
to be
We're
here,
away.
like he's a guest or something.
We're away for 3 games. We're away for 3 games. Hopefully, the table is still nice to Chelsea when we're back. Yeah.
You're not in the title race. Why do you
Bro,
care?
no, second place, man. Second place.
Thank you for joining me, Tony. Please be quicker than Tommy was.
Good stuff. Enjoy the chat as always. Merry Christmas, everyone, or Happy Holidays.
Merciful.
Yeah.
Merciful. Yep. Happy holidays to all of you, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.